When you start listening to these things, if you are looking from the positive attitude, it gives you enormous freedom, space, and insight into life. This I can tell you with great conviction. When I joined J. Krishnamurti, first 2 years, it was such a hellish activity, hellish pain for me. 3 years, I became almost like vegetable. Almost like vegetable. Because I went to J. Krishnamurti with the strong patriotic approach, this approach, that approach. And when I started listening, my God, I collapsed completely. 3 years I did not speak. Because everything conditioning me, everything is this. My whole life was full of that. Because I was from RSS background, and during emergency I fought against emergency. I was in jail for 1.5 years. With such strong idealistic personality, I went to change Rishi Valley School. My God. Then day by day, it's like a slow poison, but powerful poison, very powerful poison. Now, after so many years of contemplation, when I look at J. Krishnamurti, oh, great master, let me tell you, great master. In the beginning, it's painful, very painful, because so many things have become my breath. And he says, drop all those things, see what happens. You are always a second-hand human being. Collecting from others, collecting from other sources. What is yours? Tell me. What is that which is yours? Tell me. So when I started looking at myself, I realized nothing is mine. All are gathered, collected, informations, experiences. Which one is mine? Nothing. So that's why there is no inner conviction. So the mind develops arguments there, not the dialogue. So can I develop a mind which is very innocent, intelligent, and humble to accept life in its totality? In its totality. If we are able to move in that direction little bit, you will see lot of beautiful things in you and in the world. Lot of beautiful things you see. Beautiful things are there because the world is a wonderful vibhuti of the Lord. Vibhuti means the grace, the blessings, the power of the Lord. World is not ugly. World is wonderful, beautiful, holistic. Because our perception is not whole, I am not able to see that whole there. If my mind is prejudiced, I cannot see outside as it is. As it is. So the mind constantly tries to put conditions. So the entire religious activity becomes the activities of do's and don'ts. Ye mat karo, ye karo, ye no, do's and don'ts. We need those things. I'm not against all those things. We need all those things. But we have to go beyond that to see. Then you don't need any do's and don'ts. Automatically you are taken care of. And whatever we share here, if it is possible for you to contemplate and write a small note about it, what we discussed yesterday. Write up maybe one paragraph. And then today's one paragraph. So up to 26th, maybe 6-7 paragraphs you are going to. And what you do is you write it beautifully, and in your room where you feel comfortable, there you stick all these written things. First day, what did we discuss? Just 3-4 lines you put there. So when you go in and come out, you will be looking at that. This is called manana. So when you start doing this, then the mind which you have already created will get into a status of mana. So manana means where the mana disappears. That is called manana. If the mind disappears, it means you are doing manana. After manana, nididhyasana. Then you start acquiring, you start establishing. Then the absorption takes place. And that complete absorption is samadhi. That is samadhi. Samyak ardha, where things fall in their right places perfectly. Then everything you will start finding a place in your space only. Everything you will find a space. What a wonderful state of reality, you watch it. Your house can accommodate everything means how blessed that house is. You watch it. How blessed that house is. So in that way, your mind has lot of space. Lot of space you have. Interspace, intraspace, so many. So you can store the entire world in this mind. Entire world can be stored. What do you call that storing space in computer? Hard disk, no. Megabyte to A by 2, E by 2. RAM, memory. Right. So you have to become spiritual byte now. All gigabyte, bababyte. The entire universe, nature can be accommodated in this wonderful instrument called the mind. Wonderful thing called mind. So mind is a very, very powerful phenomenon. But the mind is not able to work because the mind is loaded with so many unwanted things. Junk. So you remove the junk and see what happens. People build the house, huge house they build. And then what they do? They start collecting all types of things. We will put this sofa here, that chair here, this here. And then after 1 month, there is no space even for you to walk. So you created a spacious house to move around and to experience the freedom, space and everything. Now you don't have space. You don't have space. So if you decide with all wisdom, 70% of the things you are storing inside can be mercilessly thrown out. Mercilessly you can throw them out. But we are not doing that, is it not? That's what I started yesterday, I think. The very nature of the mind is to possess, grab, collect. We have developed this kind of psyche. So, Yoga Parampara says, instead of gathering, you start sharing. You start sharing. Tyage naikehi amritattva manashuhu. Only by sharing. Only by sharing. You start sharing. Share your emotions, share your property, share your resources, share with the needy, with the deserved. Do that. When you share, you move towards divinity. When you start possessing, when you start acquiring, when you start amassing, it means you are moving away from divinity. That's why richness is not giving me that comfort which I wanted. It's not happening. It's not going to happen. Right? Okay, that's enough.